Hello, welcome to Strong Flow Vinyasa. Today, we're going to be preparing the body to move into a warrior three, just a little bit of a flow. Then you'll have the option to take a full warrior three or a grounded warrior three, meaning hands are on blocks to the floor. From there, we'll move right into a half moon. And for those of you that are ready for it, we'll move into a sugarcane pose from there. So you might want a block or two to help you out with that. And we are going to definitely start with the strap. We might end with it. We'll see what happens. But go ahead and grab that. And we are going to start on our backs. I'm going to have that next to me. And as you come onto your back, just take the feet about as wide as your mat. And belly button is going to be in nice and tight here. And just let the knees go from one side to the other. Keep it gentle a little bit for right now. And then as you feel, that you loosen up a little bit, then you can take a greater range of motion if appropriate. And then once you're ready, good. Let's bring the feet, knees, hips all back in this alignment. Good. So then from here, I'm just rolling my shoulders back a little bit, just getting a little bit more comfortable. You can take both hands to the low belly, both hands to heart center, or one hand on heart center, one hand on the low belly. And just go into some nice breathing here. So as you inhale, could you expand that rib cage? As you exhale, could that belly button come a little bit deeper into the spine? Taking a few nice rounds here. With the Ujjayi Pranayama, that back of the throat constriction is in your practice. You can incorporate that in here. And then while here, connect with an intention for your practice. What would you like to give or receive? So I'm going to bring in abundance and some things about abundance, but you can have your intention be whatever it needs to be. And then from here, once you're ready, you can relax those arms to your side. So rolling the shoulders back a bit, really reach from shoulders to fingertips. We're going to lift those arms up. How far back you go depends on you. So I can get all the way back. I've got that range, but my low rib cage does not pop up when I do that. So if you start to lift and your low rib cage starts to pop up, don't take your arms any farther back. Just work in that nice range. That's a skill that comes over time. Good. Now from here, on this next one, as I take my arms up, I'm going to lift my hips up. And take them down. And lift. And lower. Now, from here, let's just do a little bit of a basic bridge, pressing arms, hands, shoulders, and feet into the floor. Belly button is in nice and tight. Good. We're going to press up into that bridge and lower straight down. So when we incorporate our arms and shoulders into our bridge work, then we're also working on engaging more parts of the body. Scapular strengthening and stability we're working on here, which is very important when we're doing plank. It's important when you're doing up dogs or vinyasa flows. It's important if shoulder stand or any of those big inversions are in your practice. So you really want to work on that strength and stability. Good. Now the next time we come up, we're going to hold it up there. Good. Belly button is in nice and tight. I'm going to lift the left knee And then I'm going to lower that back down, even up the hips, right knee, and lower that down. And we'll go back to the left. So this is bridge marching. Good. And you can take it a little bit quicker. I wouldn't go too fast here. Start to lose form when we go too fast. And left, and right, and left, and right. Good. Both feet down. Lift the hips up because they always dip a little bit with those. And lower the hips down. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Good. And let's go into some dynamic stretching here. So I'm going to grab my strap. I'm going to place the strap around the center part of the right foot. And I'm going to grab both pieces, and I've got a lower grip, meaning I'm just grabbing more down here versus up here for right now. So my belly button is in. I'm going to let that leg come forward, come back and tug, and forward, and tug, and forward, and tug. Reach up and choke up on that grip. Good, find your stretch. You can even point and flex the foot here if you want to. Good, and then from here, both straps are going to come into the right hand. You're going to have a lower grip again. Belly button's going to be in, and we're just going to circle. So this is a little bit of sneaky core work here. Your abdominal muscles, keep your hips grounded. Good, and then we're also, good, let's reverse that. And then getting the synovial fluid going in this joint. The movement helps with that. Good, and then from here, we'll come up. Good. Change up your grip. Both hips are grounded. Take that leg out to the right. Wiggle around, find your optimal stretch. And we'll come back up. Good. Now let's do a midair switcheroo here. Good. So we've got a lower grip going into that dynamic stretch again. Belly button is in. Take it forward and back. Good. Now abundance. That word abundance means different things to different people. It doesn't always have to be material things. Good. Bring it back. Find a grip and hold. So before we get into different things about abundance, what I want you to do, I'm going to give you a question. What does abundance mean to you? What does it look like for you? What does that mean? Or another question is, where do I feel I need more abundance in my life right now? Where do I feel I could use more abundance in my life right now? And then we'll release. Good. So both straps into the left hand, a lower grip, belly button is in. Take those circles. Ahead. Let's reverse directions. Good. And we'll come up. Good. Find your grip. Take that leg out to the side. Wiggle around. Find your optimal stretch. Belly button is in. Both hips are grounded. So now you know what abundance means to you, where you need more abundance. Kind of focus on that a little bit. And then say to yourself, I choose abundance. I choose abundance. And then we'll come back up. Good. We're going to remove that foot from the strap. We're going to put the strap to the side. Knees can come back in. You can rock side to side. We're going to dynamically twist here. So we're going to start here. I'm in stages. I'm going to take my arms out to the side. Knees in tabletop position. Knees over hips and parallel to the floor. Try to keep your knees even to each other. So sometimes when you go over to one side, the top knee kind of slides back a little bit. See if you can keep them even. That will keep your hips even. Okay, so belly button is in. And we're going to go to the right, to a hover. Good. And come back center. And to the left, hover, and center. We'll keep going with that. So how deep you come in the hover depends on your own body. Some of you are going to go a little bit deeper than others. You go where you can go. You go where your back can let you go. And notice if you've had a tendency of letting that front knee fall back when you do this, notice how this feels different when they stay even. One more time. And we'll come back to center. Now, if that was enough of a challenge for you, I always end up crawling down a little bit in my mat when I do that one. If that one is enough of a challenge for you, where you've got something going on, a back issue or whatever, that's the one you're going to stay with. Those of you that don't have any issues but want more challenge, you're going to come into full pendulum here. So just like with the knees staying even, you want to keep your toes more even here. If you're a taller person, you're going to have a little bit more lever here. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging for you. So be mindful. Belly button is in and right and left and right and left and right and left. Now come over to the right. Pause there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll bend the knees if they're not already. We'll take those knees all the way down to the floor. Find your stretch. Maybe looking to the other side. I choose abundance. There is enough abundance for everybody on the planet. So for you to have more abundance, you are not taking away from anybody else. So I choose abundance. And then from here, once you're ready, good. If you've got a back issue or something like that, one leg at a time, you can use your abdominals to bring everything back in. Good. Or take the legs long if you were a pendulum person, or keep the knees bent. We're going to go over to the left. Good. Find your hover. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll bend the knees if you took long legs. We'll bring those legs all the way over. If you're looking to the other side, breathe and expand. And then once you're ready, good. One leg at a time, or use your abs to bring everything in. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. Okay, so to transition, if you've got a back issue or flexion is not a good idea, some kind of disc issue, what have you, you're going to roll over to your side and come up to a seat. Those of you that don't have that but want it, you can do my favorite thing, which is rolling like a ball. You can cross the legs or not. And if you're rolling a few rolls, kind of boring and just come up one time. Have some fun with it. And we'll come up. Good. From here, roll right forward. We're just going to do a few basic cat-cows here. Take care of your knees. Take care of your wrists as needed. Spreading fingers wide. Rooting through knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Tops of the feet are down. Inhale, cow. Exhale, round and cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Good. We're going to make our way into a downward facing dog. So taller people, take a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. Shorter people, you're fine to stay where you are, tucking the toes, shifting back, pressing in and forward, and come out as you lift the knees, lift the hips. Good. Knees can stay bent here if they need to be bent here, but press evenly into big toe and pinky toe mound. Gazes towards the toes. My shoulders are away from my ears. I'm turning my elbows more towards the ceiling. I'm still rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Let's lift the heels and lower. Belly button is in. We'll walk the dog. And really press through those feet, press through those heels. Good. And stillness. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. You can bring your blocks in here if you need or want them. We will be going into a low runner after our sun salute. So if you need those blocks, then you can find them. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll fold. One more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Hands to the floor. Block, shins or thighs. We're looking for a nice long spine. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root into the feet. Engage the glutes. Long back. Make the legs take the load as you rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we will take this into 3 sun salutes. Now, I'm going to demo today modified sun salute. That's what my body needs. But if the full is in your practice, go ahead and take those. Practice how you need to practice. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. And then you choose. Take or skip a flow or follow me with modification. A little bit slower, a little bit more gentle. Good. Coming to your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and we lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Back to breath, intention. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one of these. Inhale and we'll lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. And just take a moment here in this downward facing dog. From here, when you're ready, we're going to lift the left leg 3 points, bending that knee, opening up to the left, strong, even upper body. My gaze is at my right toes. My right shoulder is grounded. You can choose to stay here. You can do an open and close. You can circle from the hip. Remember, this is circling from the hip. This is something funky with the knee. It comes from the hip. If you've got the space and the courage and you would like to flip over into that wild thing, feel free to go there. If you're like, well, I kind of want to do that, but I'm afraid to do that, then don't do the flip over. Just lower down the left knee. Good. You're going to roll onto your left side. You'll pick yourself up. Good. And now you're there. A less scary way to get there. And then from here, based on where you went, find yourself in your downward facing dog. Reconnect with your good form. We'll do that to the other side. Right leg's going to lift 3 points, bending that knee, opening up to the right, strong, even upper body, right shoulders down, gazes to the left foot. You can stay here. You can open and close. You can circle. You can flip over. Now I've got a wall over here, so I can't flip over on this side. So I'm just going to stay right here. And then from here, I'm going to take that back down. Get there the way that you need to get there. Good. And then for a moment, as you come back to your intention, maybe say to yourself, I am worthy of abundance. That abundance that you said to yourself you could use more of, you are worthy of that abundance. Don't say to yourself, I am worthy of abundance, because you are. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, back. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. All right, let's prepare for a little bit of a warrior series, continuing to prep the hips and the legs for our big balance challenge. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. From here, I'm going to take my blocks a little bit lower. I'm going to step the right foot back. So I'm in this left up runner. I'm in a parallel railroad track alignment. My back heel is not grounded, but my front heel is. So if yours is not, that foot needs to be more forward. Good. So left hip's going to come back. I'm pressing into my blocks or to my floor, and I'm just going to rock forward and back here. My front heel is staying grounded. And then I'm going to just find this nice up runner. So I don't want this droopy knee back here. I really want to press and lengthen. Lengthening the torso. Belly button is in. Breathe. I choose abundance. I am worthy of abundance. There is more than enough abundance for everybody on the planet. And from here, when you're ready, good. From here, we're going to warrior prep that back foot. So find your alignment for warrior 2. You're at a 45th degree angle back there. Good. And when you're ready, we'll come up. Good. So just a few little tweaks. Front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. Chest is going to open without moving the hip. I'm pressing through my feet. I'm relaxing my shoulders. Good. With a bent front knee or a lengthened front leg, we'll take that back exalted. Reaching. If you're an arm binder or wrapper here and you want to take that, feel free to go there. Inhale. Exhale, finding warrior 2, lengthening the front leg. We're going to take this into triangle from here. So front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. When you can lengthen no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take a block, take the floor. I don't think I need a block today. And I'm going to open up. You're wanting a stacking of the shoulders if possible. And then how do you know if you've arrived in your triangle, which is also a balance challenge? Well, if you root into your feet and your legs and you can dangle and pick up that bottom hand, you're where you need to be. If you pick it up and you fall over, you're not quite there yet. So practice makes progress. And then from here, looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee. I'm going to bring both of my blocks back in here. Swiveling up the back foot. Good. I'm going to lengthen this leg. And for some of you, and I'm going to press back through this back heel. Back heel's not front. For some of you, this is going to be enough. Others that have more depth in that front hamstring, you can walk hands or blocks more forward, ears by the biceps. Breathe, return to intention. Once you're ready, if you took hands or blocks more forward, we'll bring those back in. We'll bend that front knee. I'm going to plant my hands. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. From downward facing dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll fold. From here, left foot's going to step back. We're going to go right into the other side. So find that low up runner. Good. Get blocks and hands in place. We're on parallel railroad track alignment. I'm just going to rock forward and back here. Front heel stays grounded on the floor. And then hold this for a moment. So really press through that back leg, through that back heel. Lengthen that torso. Use blocks to help you if you need to. They're not a crutch. Technically, I don't need blocks here. It can come down on fingertips. But this pose becomes so much deeper and more richer for me when I've got my hands on my blocks here than when I don't. So blocks are not always a crutch. They can help you get deeper into a pose. And then once you're ready, good warrior prepping that back foot. Good. And we'll come up and find your warrior two. Now I'm going to turn to the other side for the press. Do that. But stay in that warrior two. Front hip comes back hip comes forward. Your back foot is at an angle. Front knee tracks towards pinky toe. With a bent front knee or lengthened front leg, we'll take it back exalted. Try not to shift the hips as you go back there. And if you did an arm bind or an arm wrap at this point on the other side, find something similar here. So I choose abundance. I'm worthy of abundance. I welcome abundance. I welcome abundance. Inhale. Exhale, we'll lengthen that front leg. We're going to prepare for triangle here. So front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. Reach, 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 reach. When you can come no more, take a hand or to the side. Chin blocks the floor. I don't need blocks today on the side, so I'm just going to kind of open back up. Good. A little stacking of the shoulders. And again, you could do that test. And it might work on one side, but not the other side. That's also normal. With stronger sides, not just in our musculature, but in our balance as well. And then from here, once you're ready, looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee, swiveling up the back foot. Good. Bringing blocks in here if you need to. We're going to lengthen that front leg. So we're in parallel railroad tracks again. Good. Finding a pyramid variation. Lengthen the torso. Good. So you can stay here. You can walk the hands or the blocks more forward if you've got that depth in the front hamstring. Ears and biceps will stay next to each other. Good. And then once you're ready, blocks or hands will come back in under the shoulders, putting a bend in the front knee. Good. Now you can take the blocks forward, plant the hands, front foot steps back. Good. Take or skip a flow. From your downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Fighting breath, mountain, and tension. All right, let's prepare now for our balance challenge. So before we do that though, let's get a nice side bend in here, just because it feels good. So I'm gonna take my hands into temple mudra here. I'm gonna reach them up nice and tall so my ears and biceps are kind of squeezed together and my feet are about hip width apart. Good. And I'm just gonna take this side bend over towards my left. Notice how I'm not shifting the hips here to the left. I'm keeping them in that alignment and I'm shifting towards the left. I'm breathing and expanding here. I'm pressing through my right side and avoid this forward collapse of the shoulder. Can you open that up? And we'll come back up and we'll go to the other side. Pressing through that left side. I choose abundance. I'm worthy of abundance. I welcome abundance. I appreciate the abundance that I already have right now. I appreciate the abundance that I already have right now. And we'll take that up and come down. All right, here is that balance challenge. This can all be done up against the wall if you need to do that. The only thing that's really hard to do up against the wall is sugar cane. But honestly, if you have to be up against the wall, you're probably not ready for sugar cane. You've got to be really strong and stable in your half moon to be able to do sugar cane. So what this is going to look like, and then we'll do it together, is we will move forward and back a couple times. You'll find your warrior three. So you can do traditional grounded from here. We're going to take that into the half moon. Okay. From the half moon, those of you that are stable here, you can take that into the sugar cane. Okay. So that's what it's going to look like. And then we'll come down to the floor and stay down for the rest of the session. So let's start left leg first. Zip up the front body. Good. We're going to pick up that right leg. And then once you're ready, slow and controlled, we'll take that back a little bit or a lot. You don't have to fully extend if that's not for you. We'll come back up. And we'll go again for 2. And come back up. This time we'll take it back into your warrior 3. So you can do that full warrior 3. Hands can be anywhere. You can be grounded here. Good. So hip, knee, and toe here are tracking forward. If you're doing that internal rotation, come out and start over. Practicing there is a good way to develop or make worse hip, knee, and low back problems. So from here, good, I'm going to open this up into half moon. So my left hand is on the blocker to the floor. It's forward and to the left of the left foot. Okay. And then for those of you that want to go there, if you're stable here, you can bend that knee, grab that shin or ankle, and find your sugar cane pose. Okay. And then from here, we'll gently release. We'll come down, woo, bend those knees, come all the way up, and shake out that supporting leg. All right. So other side. Right leg's going to be your supporting leg now. Good. So hip, knee, and toe are going to track. And when you're ready, good, we'll pick up the left leg a little bit. And we'll go back 1. And come back in. 2. And come back in. Remember, warrior 3, the lifted hip, knee, and toe, track towards the floor. Good. Find yours, a full or a grounded. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, right hand's going to come onto the block, forward and to the right of the right foot. We'll open that up into half moon. Good. Choosing to stay here. or maybe taking that into sugar cane. This is one that took me several years to perfect. So no worries, take your time. The key is to perfect your, I shouldn't say perfect, is to really be good at your half moon, because if you're wobbling all over the place, the sugar cane doesn't really work here. So work on the stability, work on your strength. And then from here, we'll come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's flow down to the floor and stay down there. So I'm just going to stay on this side. So from here, big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good, and then from that downward facing dog, let's go into a little bit of a stretch here, a little bit of an opener. Take your feet as wide as your mat or a little bit wider. And then once you're there, hip, knees, and toes are going to turn out away from the body. Good, and then we're just going to bend and stretch. Good. So how deep you bend doesn't matter. You go to where you can go. We're just moving the hip in a different direction than where we were. And starting to release some of that tension. And then once you're ready, you can bring your feet back into normal down dog. Drop the knees. Find a child's pose. Coming back to your intention. I appreciate the abundance that I already have. I appreciate the abundance that I already have. And then from here, once you're ready, you're going to come to a seat. Good. So from here, we're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. Now we're going to do this twice for different people. So if you are okay with taking both legs out wide here, that's fine. That's considered a little bit more advanced asana. It's a little bit more challenging through here. Feel free to practice there. I'm going to do the modification. So I'm going to start by taking my right foot into my left thigh, and then I'm going to forward fold in from here. No matter where you're practicing, toes, knees, and hips are going to face the ceiling, and we're going to hinge from the hip with a nice long spine. So before we do that, let's prepare. Take your pelvis into an anterior tilt. So your frontal hip bones are going to rock forward. Your tailbone's going to rock a little bit behind you. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, long spine, come forward. When you can come no more forward, take the hands down. And then from here, as your body settles in, you can slide into this one a little bit deeper. Once you're ready, we'll carefully come up from there. Good. Reset your pelvis if you need to do that. If you're doing the modification with me, we're just going to switch out our legs. Good. And then once you're ready, big inhale and reach. Exhale, fold forward, long spine. Then take those hands down. You can stay there. Or as your body gets settled in, you can go a little bit deeper here, as long as it's a good idea for your body. And then once you're ready, we'll come back up. Good. And then from here, we're going to come onto our back. So back onto the back. Grab your strap. I think we're going to have time to bring something in with that today. And so as you come down here, okay, one more time, take the feet as wide as the mat. And let those knees go side to side. Now, this should feel a little bit better, a little bit more range now than it did in the very beginning. And then coming back to the intention, what about abundance flows to me, through me, and around me? Abundance flows to me, through me, and around me. Good. Now from here, I'm going to cross the right ankle over the left knee. Good. That knee can go towards that front corner of your mat, or you can bring it into the chest, or you can thread the hands through here. Find yours. Good. And when you're ready, we'll release. We're going to do that to the other side. So left ankle on the right knee. Good. That knee's going to go in this direction. It can stay there if that's all that you need, or you can bring it into the chest, or you can thread it through. And then when you're ready, we will release. Good. We're going to grab our strap. We'll start this back on the left side. So I'm going to, and I'm actually just going to move out this a little bit here. Good. So we'll take this strap in the center part of the left foot. Good. My right leg's going to come long. I'm going to take both straps into the right hand, and I'm going to do an arc over here. So I just want the 45-ish degrees, just kind of wiggle around, find it where you need to. And then if you're okay with it and you want it, move the foot around here for an extra special stretch. Woo, there's mine. You'll know it when you hit it because you're going to feel it from the hip all the way to the heel. So if abundance flows to me, through me, and around me, then I am an abundance magnet. I am an abundance magnet. Good. Now from here, you can keep that leg long if you want to. You can bend it. I'm going to bend it because I got a wall in the way, and go into a twist here. So try to keep your leg and your hip in this alignment. Use a block there or something. If you can't hold it there on your own. We all have the ability to be an abundance magnet if you want it. That's the key. You have to want it, and you have to appreciate the abundance that you do have. And then from here, we'll come over back up. Good. We'll do a midair switcheroo here with the feet. So now I'm going to come back over this way. Good. My left leg's going to be long. I'm going to arc that right leg across, wiggle around, find that optimal spot, choosing to stay there or moving the foot around, finding a more special spot. Oh, there I am. And breathe. And then from here, I'm going to take that leg over, finding a twist, keeping leg in line with the hip, maybe looking in the opposite direction. And coming back up. Good. And removing that foot. Last time, knees into the chest. Short Shavasana from here. You can let everything come long and flop open. You can put a bend in your knees if you've got a back that doesn't like that. Good. Just kind of see if you can make yourself about 10% more comfortable. And I'll leave you here for a few short moments with this final thought. Where my attention goes, energy flows. Where my attention goes, energy flows. So choose your attention, what gets it wisely. And taking deep breaths here. Choosing stillness or taking knees into the chest. Choosing the rock a little bit side to side. Maybe as your knees are into the chest, maybe you take head and neck from side to side. Choosing stillness or taking arms and legs long behind in front of you, getting that full body stretch, pointing and flexing through the feet, bending and stretching through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, bending in both knees and choosing rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here, or resting up into a comfortable seat where we usually start our yoga practice, noticing for a moment how you feel. Palms turning up, inhale, reach, 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 looking up there at those hands. As you bring those hands down, stop those thumbs right at the center of the forehead for good and true thoughts, abundant thoughts. To your lips for good, true, and abundant words, and to our hearts for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you find a way to be more abundant in your everyday life. Thank you so much. Namaste.